Hello, royalty friends. Happy Thursday. My name is Zenobia, owner of Royal Oasis Spa and Get Juice Company. I want you to get in here right now because we're about to chop it up about the post facial breakout blues. Yes, get in here. Come on, let's get in right now. Okay, so let's get into it. There are some clients that will experience a post facial breakout or may experience some irritation or flare ups after a facial treatment. It's a normal process for all skin types to experience a flare up after a facial. You may not be completely satisfied with this process, especially after getting pampered with a skin treatment to feel refreshed and renewed and just all calm and relaxed. But guess what? If you experience a breakout after a facial, it's called skin purging. I want you to write that down, skin purging, because everything is not always going to be ideal. Everything is not always smooth sailing. And what I want you to know about skin purging is a temporary reaction of the epidermis that can occur with a new topical skincare product and is used or is a treatment when a new regimen begins. So with skin purging, it's that your skin is adjusting. So I don't want you to ditch the product yet, and I don't want you to ditch getting facial treatments. I want you to understand this process. I want you to take notes. I want you to understand why our skin will purge if it does purge. Purge is a sign that the product is working as intended. Purging is only making the already congested areas break out. So when you go through this purging process, down in the epidermis is already congested pores. All it's doing is starting to come to the surface. So maybe you usually get blackheads and then it starts turning to full blown pimples. Honey, this is called purging. This is the purging process, sweetie. You gotta trust the process. And a breakout. Now, those are different. Purging and breakouts are different. And breakout is a reaction. Breaking out is experiencing a breakout where you normally wouldn't break out at. And maybe there is an ingredient in the product that is causing irritation to your skin, making the acne worse or flare ups worse. Then I would suggest to ditch that product because there may be something in the product, there may be an ingredient in that product that's causing the irritation. So the key is to find a product that is right for your skin type and that will not cause any type of skin irritation. But it's kind of hard to really pinpoint exactly what causes the skin to purge because every client has different triggers. Our bodies are different. Nobody's the same. It's not one size fit all. So a common example of an ingredient that could cause irritation is vitamin A derivatives, such as retinol, retinoids, and tretinoid. There are some other ingredients include like the AHAs, the alpha hydroxy acid, and those are like your glycolic acid, your lactic acid. That is a type of AHA that removes the top layer of dead skin cells. Glycolic acid comes from a sugar cane, and lactic acid derives from milk and plants. And then you have your BHAs, which is your beta hydroxy acid. And salicylic acid is a type of BHA that penetrates deep inside of the skin pores, unclogging any excess oil and impurities to prevent breakouts and blackheads. So I always think of AHAs and BHAs as alpha hydroxy is above the skin and beta hydroxy is below the skin. Vitamin C can irritate your skin. And one thing you never want to do, you never want to mix or layer vitamin C with glycolic acid, lactic acid, salicylic acid, or retinol because vitamin C is an acid as well. And it's very unstable. So the pH balance will be thrown off when you start to mix it with other acids. Vitamin C, it plays its role as a strengthening role to the outer layer of the skin barrier. But if you start to mix it with other acids, it can cause severe irritation. So you have to be mindful of that, and your esthetician should know that as well. You can mix vitamin C with hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, peptides, and vitamin E that I'm aware of. Also, what else can irritate your skin? It's exfoliation scrubs and peels, especially chemical peels. Chemical peels makes you shed your dead skin faster. Enzyme treatments can make you purge. Cleansing brushes, microdermabrasion tools, especially this because it makes your dead skin cells shed faster, and it also loosen trapped sebum and debris. So all of these things that I mentioned accelerates the rate at which pre-existing clogged pores known as microcomedones rise to the surface and become blemishes. Typically, what I was taught was the first five ingredients composed of 80% of the formula. So those are the ones that are likely to give you issues. Like, for example, if you see salicylic acid listed in the ingredients as the third, it's probably safe to assume that it's making you purge. Whereas the 19th ingredient is not present in a high enough concentration to have much effect on your skin. So the purging will probably appear in your usual problem areas of the face where you are prone to break out. So for most people, it would be in the oilier T zones like the chin, the forehead, and the nose. And when you get a facial, the skin is well stimulated by a number of procedures like steaming, exfoliation, extraction, applications of serums and creams, even a facial massage start to stimulate the skin. So most facials take up to an hour to perform, and much of what's below the surface, which is the epidermis, is encouraged to come up and come out. Yeah, this might not be a desired outcome of a professional facial, but this is the skin purging blues that we're talking about today. But this is a good breakout. Excuse me, this is not a bad breakout at all. And I personally feel it's worth the suffering, because on the other side of the purging is better skin, is more beautiful skin. And I understand when you get a facial done, and after a facial 24 hours later, or maybe 72 hours later, you start to see these pimples start to form, and that can be alarming when you see a bunch of pimples popping up at one time. But guess what? These pimples would have shown up eventually anyway, or the hardened sebum, which is the oil, would have remained stuck in your pores, keeping them pores clogged and inflamed. And that you don't want that. You want that stuff to come out. And I did receive a text message here that someone had asked me. I'm looking at my phone to make sure I get this question right. They're asking me, why does the purging happen? Like, why is it happening? And there are a few reasons that I can give you, like 3 reasons I can give you why it's happening. I'm sure there's more, but I'm not going to take up, a lot of your time today. But you may be sensitive, or you may be reactive to some of the products you're using, or your esthetician is using during the facial. Some people are prone to irritation or breakouts from certain ingredients or treatments, or any harsh exfoliants or abrasive treatments can leave the skin red, sensitive, or prone to breakouts. Sometimes, if extractions are not done well, then pores and pimples may have leftover debris in them, and that can come to a head in the following days. So extractions manually removes the blackheads or pimples from your skin by your esthetician. So I don't want you to misinterpret what I'm saying. What I'm conveying to you is that extractions are effective in clearing out the clogged pores, but they can also leave your skin feeling sensitive and vulnerable to new breakouts. The third reason is sometimes your skin just need time to adjust after a facial. Your skin has received a major workout, the steaming, the exfoliation, the stimulation, and a facial can stimulate those skin cells to produce more oil that can lead to breakouts. So even the most skilled estheticians or skin therapists will see cases where regular clients might react to a facial, and they can't necessarily be avoided or explained. But here is the good news, ladies and gentlemen. We have discussed the why of breakouts, and we have covered that, but the good news is it's temporary. It is temporary. It all can be managed. The one thing we can do is stop using the offending product. So once that investigation to find the culprit, then we can find out what is causing the purging or the purge. So you can either stick it out with continuing to use that product, because in the end it will improve your skin. But if you one of those that go from one product to another product to another product to a product, then you're never going to know what's causing the purge or what you may be irritated to. So I would suggest to try to stick it out and see if your skin will improve. And after 6 to 8 weeks and you still find that your skin is still irritating, then I would say ditch the product, or try to at least find out what ingredient in that product is causing the irritation. So I want you today to take away from this discussion, I want you to look at purging as cleaning. um, because when we think about purging our mind, purging our body, our system, we're cleaning it, and we're giving ourselves a clearer skin when we let our skin purge for the future. And the purging, it can last up to 6 weeks or sooner. I have received an email, and the email is asking how can we minimize the reaction. So that's a good question. To minimize an adverse reaction, I have some tips for you. The day of your facial treatment, please don't put on makeup the day of your facial. Myself, I would charge you extra if I have to remove makeup. Um, in my Booksy app, in my notes, if you read the client notes, my messages to you, please don't have on makeup. So don't put on makeup the day of your facial treatment. And also, this is a big one, avoid touching or picking at the infected area, because this can cause further inflammation, further irritation to your skin. There's a lot of people love to keep picking, putting their fingers and hands on their skin. Don't do that, because you're just going to make the matters worse. Also, avoid exfoliation 5 to 7 days post treatment. Be oh so gentle with your skin. Be very gentle with your skin, especially after a facial treatment, because again, like I said earlier, your face went through such a workout, and it needs time to adjust to this new product or to this new regimen that you're choosing. And I want you to stick with non-irritating skincare products and give your skin time to rebalance itself. Also, my biggie I love to use is hyaluronic acid or aloe vera to soothe and restore hydration levels to the skin. Hyaluronic acid, I feel like it's the best. Aloe vera is the queen. You know that if you viewed my last video, I love aloe vera, but both of these soothe the skin and restore hydration. Another tip is to avoid direct sunlight exposure. The sun is good. We can get out there between 6, 7 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock, but anything past that, I wouldn't recommend going out there, because the sun rays can be harmful to your skin, can damage your skin. And always remember to wear your SPF of at least 30. You can go all the way up to 50, or I don't remember what the highest one is, but from 30 to 50, definitely wear your SPF. And remember, when you getting your facials done, when you do your intake forms, or when you get face to face and meet with your esthetician, remember it is important to communicate with your esthetician about any skin concerns you may have. Talk to your SD about your allergies and your skin sensitivities. And if you know you react badly to certain products or ingredients, you have to be honest, you have to be upfront, so your facial treatment can be customized according to your skin type, because any irritation to your skin can weaken your skin barrier, letting in acne causing bacteria. So remember, you have to be honest, you have to communicate, you have to let your esthetician know what bothers you, what you're allergic to, so they will put these in your notes, and to avoid those ingredients or products for your future appointments. And remember, always start with a gentle active ingredient or even niacinamide, because that will help you to deal with purging and breakouts as well. I like niacinamide. And I really don't want to be long winded here, and I don't want to keep you long, but I hope I have answered your questions. I hope I cleared up any confusion you may have about facial breakouts or skin purging, as we call it in the field, because not everyone, ladies and gentlemen, will experience a facial breakout. But if you should experience a skin purging and you go through the skin purging blues, remember all of the stimulation from the skin treatment is bringing up those impurities to the surface, leading to only temporary breakouts. Temporary. It can be managed. So trust the process. And I hope you find this information helpful today. I hope that I have eased your mind just a little bit. But if you can think of any further questions, or if you may have on post facial breakouts, feel free to DM me on my Facebook page on Royal Oasis Spa. And in your spare time, visit my website at royaloasisspa-gjc.com. And if you do me a favor, just click on this video, like this video, and share this video with family and friends or other STs or what have you. I'm glad you tuned in today. I hope you took some notes. I hope this is helpful, and I hope to catch you next time. Thank you so much. Have a great and fabulous Thursday. Thank you.